Easy.
Okay, 1.14, okay. All right, 1.14. We already figured out that we're going to be short just a little bit. All right, so how many, what's the volts in it now? 44 to 27, what do you got?
50.96.
50.96
And then divide that by 600?
into
600?
600 volts. How many times? 11.77. So you get 11 modules, is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be one string of 11. One string of 11 modules for this. But how many do you need?
We need almost
So
like,
how many are you going to install? So what's the right answer to install? 11? Good answer. Okay, what size inverter are you going to use? What size inverter? So you need 4,310 watts. You want to use a 5,000 watt? Can you get away with a 4,000 watt inverter?
No. Work harder.
But remember, from the end of the string, are we going to lose a little bit before it gets to the inverter? So that would be okay, I would say. With the reason I said we'd be okay with a 4,000 watt inverter is because it's 4,300 or 4,310. Divided by 4,000. If this is less than 1.2, you're okay. So usually the module to inverter ratio is going to be 1.2, and it can range between 1.2 to 1.35. That's just something you should know. So those are good numbers. So 1.2 is okay. So what's 4,300 divided by 4,000? 1 point what?
1.07.
0.07. So we're pretty close. Okay, all right. So 5,000 watt inverter would work. 4,000 watt inverter would work. 3,000 watt inverter, would that work?
No.
Probably not.
You took another 1.2.
1.2. That's the DC to AC module ratio.
D-rate.
Yeah, that you want to look between for the modules. Okay. So there you go.
question, Professor.
Yes, go ahead.
So I know I wanted like 15, but because I have to follow the rule of 600 on one string.
What'd I do? Oh, please, yes, go ahead. What was the question?
So I wanted 14.36 modules. So my mind is like, how come, well, let's just go to 15, right? But then now I go do that other math where I'm only allowed 600 on one string. One string. So in that one string, I can only put 11 of them.
Yes.
So I still have the other string, right? So on the other string, can I put the other 5 I need, or?
Okay, all right. So the question is, if you have 11, but you really want to go 14, can I make another string with additional modules? And the answer is yes, if it's on the same maximum power point track and you have the same number of modules as 11 and 11, or yes, but no, maybe that's the right way of putting it, if it's keeping the string length short and then going to another maximum power point track. So you can either keep the same maximum power point track, they both have to be 11, but if you're on a different maximum power point track, they could be different lengths. But I wouldn't suggest anything less than 11.
Okay.
Okay? So it's like when you buy a carton of eggs. You buy a carton of eggs, you need 14 eggs, and the carton comes with 12. What do?
Buy another cart?
You buy another carton, and same thing here. That's the best design strategy, is to always buy another carton.
So you do 2 strings of 11 then?
You can either do string 11 or 2 strings 11. So I know these two solar modules over here, or was it 3 solar modules, really bothering you. You're saying, hey, you know, they're there. We need to save the planet. You know, these 3 solar modules are going to make it or break it. But we don't do that. Okay, so we just stop with 11.
But like, you're getting the watts to power the whole house, right? That project. So don't we need at least 15,
Closer, yeah. And the thing is, it's close enough.
right?
So it's always going to be close enough. You want to take 100% from sunlight, but if it's close enough, that's what you're going to do for a string inverter. Then we're going to see the advantages of some of the other technologies too, and how that works.
Okay.
They have disadvantages and advantages.
So might we not just use like a different